If you run a consulting firm, your website is the first handshake you have with a potential client. Before they read a proposal, two opposing forces collide. They judge your capability based on how your brand feels online. You need to instantly project premium capability and trust. To build that trust, agencies will pitch you on the latest aesthetic trends. They will recommend subtle micro-animations, complex personalization engines, and dark mode styling to make your firm look current and highly professional. But this creates a serious structural problem. All of those trust-building design choices add heavy code and massive digital weight to your pages. They slow down the experience. Google's own UX data reveals exactly what happens when pages slow down. Conversions drop by exactly 12% for every single extra second a web page takes to load. This forces a difficult choice. Do you prioritize heavy, polished aesthetics to look like an industry authority? Or do you strip your site down to bare bones to capture as many leads as possible? Traditional web agencies rarely talk about this friction. They often sell visual vanity metrics, like how smooth a hover effect looks, rather than discussing whether those effects actually generate business. Planning a web build requires looking past the surface. It means carefully weighing the technical cost of every feature against the actual return you get in conversions. We can evaluate these features by mapping them on a simple matrix. Let's look at a chart plotting development effort on the y-axis against conversion impact on the x-axis. First, consider microanimations and advanced interactivity. When executed with restraint, these interactive cues guide user attention intuitively. They give your brand a responsive, polished feel that immediately signals competence to buyers looking for premium services. The downside is technical debt. Subtle movement requires custom JavaScript. If unoptimized, extra code causes visual stuttering and drives up mobile abandonment rates. Now look at accelerated mobile pages, or AMP, which sits high on both effort and potential impact. AMP strips out the excess. It uses 10 times less data than a standard page to achieve load times under 1 second, aggressively reducing mobile bounce rates and capturing fleeting attention. But achieving that speed means building and maintaining a completely separate HTML version of your site. It also severely restricts your ability to use the interactive branding elements we just discussed. Maximizing pure technical speed requires giving up the highly customized, dynamic brand experiences that design agencies want to build for you. Let's apply this same evaluation to user experience architecture, specifically the practice of stripping standard website navigation menus from your pages. This Google Playbook image shows a form A/B test. The right treatment removes competing links, replacing a generic button with a specific, benefit-driven call to action. By forcing focus on a single goal, this change drove 33. You need thousands of visitors to generate the statistical significance required to know if a change actually worked. If you run a boutique consulting firm with low website traffic, spending your budget on advanced conversion mechanics and complex testing infrastructure is a complete waste of capital. The data proves a simple reality. You cannot implement every visually heavy design trend while simultaneously hitting peak landing page speeds. To decide where your budget actually belongs, you have to answer one diagnostic question. What is your primary growth bottleneck? Let's trace the path for a boutique firm or a consultant who relies heavily on referrals. If your business model is based on securing a low volume of high-ticket clients, your primary bottleneck is trust. You should spend your budget on aesthetics. Invest in minimalist layouts, intentional spacing, and high-contrast visual polish. A 2-second load time is completely acceptable if the site successfully communicates the authority and capability of a premium firm. Now, look at the other path. This is for the volume marketer, or the B2B software growth lead. If your revenue depends on scaling paid ads and processing a high volume of leads, your primary bottleneck is friction. Strip away the vanity metrics. Invest in AMP load speeds, single-goal pages without navigation, and brutalist conversion-focused performance. The most expensive mistake you can make in digital marketing is not buying a cheap website. It is paying top dollar for a trendy, code-heavy website and then pointing expensive ad traffic directly at it.